Welcome to my porch. No coffee today. Already had my coffee. Here's some unsweetened tea. Hi, Bo. Just got back from breakfast. Been a busy week. It's Memorial Day weekend. I got a lot to do. A lot of projects to do this weekend. I'm sure many of you got a lot of stuff to do too, unless you're away taking some time away with family or getting your pools ready to be opened up or something. But that's what we're doing this weekend. Got to get all this outside projects. Got to get the rest of my garden stuff taken care of. Tomatoes are coming up good. Zucchini's coming up good. The potatoes are looking really good. Dills are good, coming in. Some carrots, some onions. The romaine lettuce is starting to look good. And potatoes, I think, will be ready to be harvested in the next week or two. They say about 105 days. But the leaves on the one tomato or potato plant out there that I have are starting to turn, and that's usually a sign. So I'm gonna check on them next week and just dig down into the dirt and see what's there, and hopefully those soon be ready. Those are Pontiac Reds. Those are the good casserole cooking potatoes. But yeah, and then I got to clear some brush. Got a lot of brush to clear. And the one spot where I want to plant the watermelon and pumpkin, um, that's real fertile soil, but it's overgrown with weeds and stuff, so I got to get the weeds out of there. And then it's really fertile soil. It's really soft and dark naturally because that's where I would pile the leaves every year, um, and the brush. So it was its own little compost pile, and it just runs the whole length of the backyard. So that's nice. I'll be able to get that ready to go, and that's good soil. So busy, busy. How's things with y'all? Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for the people who watch, continue to watch. I appreciate your watching and your support. Haven't been on in a little bit. I was on a week ago or two or something like that. 2 weeks ago. It's just because things get busy. It's that time of the year when I get busy, trying to figure out a way to film while doing some things in the garden and stuff. Because I don't have a GoPro and I'm not spending the money on a GoPro. I just have my iPad, my iPhone, or not iPhone, Google, and that's how I do it. So, and a little mic. I just have a little wireless mic that I use. I'm sure you can hear the birds. Finches. I got 4 nests of finches up here on the porch, and don't mess with them. Every year they come back and they grow their families. As a matter of fact, there's the babies up here. They'll soon be taking flight. The ones over here in the far end took flight, and there's 2 over yonder. Those babies have moved on. It's just mom and dad. They usually do these the red. It's a red finch, red-breasted and red-headed finch, I guess. They usually do 2 nestings a season, so they get about 6 babies each out of them. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how nature works, and you get to watch it up close. And yesterday, big old hawk of a Japanese maple out in my yard. Big old hawk, swooped down, come up under the tree, and landed on a branch, not 15 feet in front of me. Just sat there. That was cool. But it's neat to watch nature and how it works, how nature works. The trees are all lush and green. Wasn't that long ago sitting out here thinking, man, I can't wait till the green leaves come out again on the trees. And my neighbor across the way has a beautiful dogwood that is just it's picturesque. I mean, it's I wish, and I do oil paintings. I'm going to try to duplicate that in an oil painting, that tree, because it's just a beautiful tree and it blossoms. Um, Now it's just lush and green. So same thing with the Japanese maple. It's just a beautiful, beautiful tree to have. Isn't it funny how when you get older, you start to think about things. You start to simplify your life and start reverting back to some of the ways that your parents have talked about, or your grandparents talked about, and you want to experiment and stuff in that. And you tend to be more reclusive when you get older. At least I noticed that with me. I was Mr. Outgoing, loved to be around people pretty much most of my life. And about, I don't know, 5 years ago, things started changing where it was like, nope, just I like to be home. I like to spend time with my wife, my kids, my grandkids. And even then, it's limited time. And when they go home, I'm exhausted. My granddaughter was over last night. She's 5 months old. She's just the cutest thing. Not a fuss. Kid never fusses. Smiles and laughs. And, oh, Papa, we had a good time. Me and her, Papa. Um, we just played little peekaboo and boo games, and she just laughed. But she's just a precious little thing. Beautiful eyes, beautiful blue eyes. And it's my first granddaughter. So, if you notice my voice, it's the allergies. I get real bad seasonal allergies. So, the pollen count must be really high. And we've had some humid days. So, usually the two combined usually do something like that for me. And so, it's just nice out. Don't forget, this is Memorial Day weekend, and the reason we celebrate Memorial Day isn't to have a long weekend and cookouts, although that's all a part of it, opening of the pools. It's not what Memorial Day weekend is about. It's about reflecting and remembering those who gave their lives for our country in the service. And we need to remember that. There's a Memorial Day service you can go to, a parade or a graveside service, or an event where there's a speaker to memorialize the fallen, the brave, the heroes. Uh, I'd urge you to go. I've been to quite a few. Very moving experiences. But we need to remember those brave heroes. Paid the ultimate price, giving up their life for us to continue to have the freedoms we have. For us to be able to say whatever we want and not have to worry about going to jail or getting a fine. For us being able to live freely, to be able to cross state border lines without having to use visas or passports or papers, or you know, to be able to hold and bear arms, free speech. It's what these people died for. And we need to remember that. And we need to thank God for people that are willing to lay down their lives for the country they love so that we could live free and we could live peacefully. We're a very fortunate country. We haven't had a war inside our borders since the Civil War. Now, there's a different kind of war going on inside of our borders, But I'm talking armies battling inside our borders. Other countries aren't so fortunate. And I believe that's because of the brave men and women who are willing to go and fight so that it doesn't reach our borders. Anyhow, so let's remember them this weekend. Well, that's all I got to say about that. I am going to finish this up. Going to enjoy the rest of my tea. The rest of this. And get on with my day. Got to go to Lowe's. Got to go to Agway. It's too early. They're not open yet. So, y'all have a good weekend. Remember, God loves you. I love you. God bless.